Are you serious? Are you serious? What? The Iranian president, Hassan Rouhani, is standing up against President-elect Donald J. Trump. Matter of fact, here's the article coming out of Reuters. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani said this morning that he would not let the U.S. President-elect Donald J. Trump rip up this global nuclear deal, warning of the unspecified repercussions if Washington reneges on this agreement. Trump had said during the campaign for the White House that he would scrap Iran's pact with the other world leaders, under which Tehran agreed to curb its nuclear program in return for lifted sanctions, describing it as the worst deal ever negotiated, said Trump. Trump wants to do many things, but none of his actions would affect us, Rouhani said in a speech at the University of Tehran, broadcast live on state-run television in Iran. I wonder if that was MSNBC. Do you think, he said, quote, that he can rip up the JCPOA, or Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action nuclear deal? I just like to call it the Iranian nuke deal, to make it easy. Do you think that we and our nation will let him do that? An analyst have said that Trump's comments could signal a harder U.S. line on Iran, a development that could in turn empower hardliners on Iran's political scene, including rivals of Iran's President Hassan Rouhani. Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he warned against any changes to this nuclear deal after Trump's comments in June, and said last month that an extension of U.S. sanction regime will be viewed as a violation of the accord. Now, Rouhani echoed Khamenei's comments on the U.S. Congress decision last month to pass legislation to extend the Iranian Sanctions Act for another 10 years to make it easier for Washington to reimpose sanctions if Tehran doesn't stick to the terms of the nuclear deal. U.S. President Barack Obama still needs to sign this legislation to extend the possibility of sanctions. The Congress passed it, but Obama has yet to put his signature with his left hand on that document. And I'm going to say he won't sign it. Just watch. Maybe I'm wrong. I think he's going to try to let it slide by. Well, guys like me and others here in alternative media will continue to keep reminding him that it's laying on his desk. I know he golfs a lot, so someone may have to run it out to the golf cart, but we need to get it signed. There's no doubt that the United States is our enemy, said Iran's President Rouhani. Well, then why in the world would we let the enemy of America, and certainly the enemy of Israel, have access to nuclear capability at all? This is look, folks, this is absolutely insane. This is why it's the worst deal ever been imposed. These people, if Obama signs the ISA, but uses waiver rights to cease its implementation, it still infringes the nuclear agreement, and we will react to it. President Rouhani said he will attend the meeting of experts on Wednesday to decide on Iran's reaction to what he calls a U.S. violation. So in other words, what he's saying is, your Congress has voted to, in other words, keep the door open that if Iran doesn't stick to this horrible deal, that we still could then impose sanctions on them very easily without setting up a whole new legislative process. And to extend that, leaving the door open for another 10 years, just so that door's open, it's been passed by the House and the Senate. needs President Obama's signature before December 31st, before midnight, to keep that door open. Hassan Rouhani is watching very closely to see if Obama closes the door or leaves it open. We'll have to wait and see. If he closes it, he makes it very difficult for Donald Trump, who will have to then push through a whole new set of legislations if Iran's not sticking to the deal. Folks, I can tell you they're not sticking to the deal. They never, ever, ever intended to. And they still call us an enemy of Iran. And they say they want to annihilate Israel. They deny the Holocaust ever happened. Are you serious? Are you serious? Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time.